Hey guys, I'm here to talk about a topic that probably would go more for the girls. And I know this is going to be a really stupid video. Actually, it's not going to be a stupid video, but you may think it is, but I feel like I should talk about it. If you're sitting at home right now because you've just had your heart broken, and you just don't know what to do, and you're just watching random YouTube videos, and you find this video, listen, because this is important. Basically, I've just had my heart ripped out, and the feeling sucks. But it's all about facing the problem and just accepting it, because you can't be one of those girls who go straight back to that guy, and guys who go straight back to that girl. But you know, it's an emotional thing, and I personally think it's probably one of the worst emotional pain you can feel. Not physical, don't get me wrong. It is the most emotional pain you can ever feel. Backstory real quick. I fell in love with this guy, and he's great. And he comes up to me at school on Tuesday, the day before I move, and says, like, can we please be friends? And I walked away from him, and I remember right when I walked away, I walked up to his friend, and my world just collapsed, and I just started crying, and it sucked that he had to do it during the day, and I was kind of upset about that. But, you know what, I regret walking away from him. I kind of wish I had a time machine so I can go back and, like, be more accepting to the fact that of his proposal, that he wanted to be friends. And so I went up to him again and kind of asked him why, but he didn't really tell me. He kind of said, you're moving, we fight a lot, like blah blah. And I remember calling my mom and saying, can you please come pick me up, I need to go home. And she says, you're not going to learn if you just go home. And it sucked. I had to cry at school. My friends are like, don't let him see you crying, but it happened. So my teacher, my favorite teacher ever, she pulls me out and she goes, okay, what's wrong? Did you and Trevor break up? And I'm like, yeah. Like, it was weird that she knew, but she goes, do you want to know what the worst part is? And I said, what? And she goes, there's going to be about 23 more of these. And I'm like, great. But I think that it honestly did make me a better person. It really did. Because I got home and I sat in my bed and I looked at myself in the mirror and I just cried. Cried and cried and cried. And I put in my headphones and I blasted my music and I just tried to forget about it. Which was the worst mistake you can make. Because if you forget about it, it's going to come back to you. You have to face the fact that it happened, and, you know, whatever. It sucks, but it did happen, and whatever. So it also helps to talk to somebody about your feelings, because you can't just bottle it up and expect like everything's going to go away, because it really won't go away. So the next morning, because I couldn't sleep at all, my mom calls me and says, do you want your stepdad to come pick you up and you can move a day early, or 2 days early? And I said, yeah, that way I didn't have to go to school Wednesday or Thursday, because Wednesday they went to Disneyland, and then Thursday, which is today, they kind of just did like the stupid field day thing. But, you know, I'm glad I didn't go, so I got to come home and really think about everything. And, you know, I texted him yesterday and I said, when I said that I wanted to be friends, I meant it. Because there was a reason that I was in a relationship with this person, because he's such a great person. He's so sweet, and he actually has a heart. He's not like a typical dude who like doesn't give a fuck about anything. He cares. And whenever I like needed his help for something, he would tell me and like give me really good advice. So I told him that I wanted to like keep him as my best friend. And he said, I'd love to be your best friend. But I'm happy that that worked out, and I honestly don't know if there's ever gonna be a future between me and him and me, whatever. I don't know, because I can't predict the future, but everything happens for a reason, and I'm just living by that, because, you know, as soon as my relationship status changed, there's a certain person who texted me, and I almost let my guard down, and I almost got back together with him. But then I remembered, like, he hurt me before, and as much as I would love to have a boyfriend to, like, be there for me, I wasn't ready because I hadn't gotten over the other person. But then my friend texted me, and she said, blank and blank were, like, attached at the hip at Disneyland. I'm like, you didn't have to tell me that. So I'm glad that it only took him a second to move on. That's cool. But, you know, I'm gonna play old-fashioned and say that it's not gonna take me that easy to get over somebody that I like so much. And that's that. Like, I have all summer to hang out with all my friends, and then school will start, and there's definitely gonna be cute guys, trust me. I'm living by the beach now, which means 10 times hotter guys. And there's gonna be girls for him there too, and I can't predict the future. But if there is a future between him and I, then I think I'd be a happy person, but I wouldn't want it to be so soon. I would want to wait a little bit because, you know, I'm just not ready. You just have to keep your friends around, like, whenever this happens, because the good friends too, because they really are the people that can help everything. I think I went a little over dramatic on some things. Like, I had a bracelet that had our initials on it, and then my friend took it, and she's like, you don't need this, and she chucked it into, like, this pond that's near my old house, and that kind of actually felt good when it happened. But in the back of my phone case there was a note that we wrote in between each other, and, you know, I regret throwing that away because it's a memory. It's not like it's an obsessive thing to keep. If you have memories with that person, then keep them, because, like, I have no regrets other than walking away from it. I have no relationship regrets with this person. And yeah, if he's watching this right now, I'm a total dork, and don't ever talk to me again. But I will make mistakes. I'm not gonna lie right now. I have friends who are not the best influences on me, who I'm supposed to be hanging out with this weekend, and I know that I'm gonna be influenced, and it's gonna suck, but it's what I'm gonna do. Like, I'll take advantage of the opportunity. So that's my weekend, is basically just getting myself into a whole bunch of stupid trouble that I don't need to get into, but it's what I need right now, because maybe it will take my mind off of things, and that's good. So, this is my heartbreak video, and remember that it will take a while to get over, because I'm actually not really, like, I'm not depressed about it anymore, because I can smile now, but I am still a little upset. Like, it's sad, but I will move on, and I will find another person, and there just might be another time and another place that this will work out. So don't get your hopes up yet, guys, because I promise you it's gonna get better.